rolling down a backwoods Tennessee byway.
My name's John. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Jacksonville, Alabama, my hometown. I know that we all go to school here and everybody knows about the overabundance of chicken places and where the Walmart is and all that basic stuff, but I'm going to be focusing more on some things that you may not know about Jacksonville on the historical side, and also as far as where locals go for fun and where they go to eat and just generally to mess around and have a good time. So let's get started. Jacksonville was founded in 1833 on land sold to white settlers by Chief Ladaga. Ladaga was a Creek Indian chief who signed the Cassetta Treaty that gave up Creek claim to all the Indian lands of northeast Alabama. The town was originally called Drayton, but the name was changed in 1836 to Jacksonville to honor President Andrew Jackson, who had previously come through Alabama driving out the Creek Indians, ironically. A lot of the things in and around Jacksonville are named after John Pelham, a Confederate war hero from nearby Alexandria, whom Robert E. Lee really admired. Pelham dropped out of West Point 2 weeks before graduation in order to join the Confederacy. He spent a few weeks here in Jacksonville training new recruits before getting command of a small artillery unit made up mostly of Alabamians from Talladega and Mobile. Pelham distinguished himself in battle in the Army of Northern Virginia, serving under General Jeb Stuart. He was later promoted to the rank of captain after the Battle of First Manassas. Sadly, at the age of 25, Pelham was killed in combat, and his funeral was held here in Jacksonville at First Baptist Church of Jacksonville. Pelham was posthumously promoted to the rank of lieutenant colonel.
Jacksonville has a small town feel until you get around the university. And though Jacksonville State does have a friendly and pleasant atmosphere, local people here tend to find JSU to be a bit of a nuisance. But in the summertime and in the winter, when 10,000 students leave town at one time, Jacksonville becomes a really slow and peaceful town with no waiting in line or crazy traffic.
When it comes to activities in Jacksonville, your options are pretty limited. If you're not at the Loco Mex, listen to local country music star Riley Green while you munch on a taco, you're probably watching one of Jacksonville's many high school sports teams or Little League sports teams compete, or our own Jacksonville State Gamecocks. But if you're not doing that, you might be at one of Jacksonville's 2 public parks, either enjoying the hiking trails or just playing a game of pickup football or enjoying a picnic. There's a chirp pit where everybody comes to shoot guns and just blow off steam. Not really sure if you're allowed to come out here, but everybody does. Pretty sure it's owned by a logging company and they don't ever care as long as you don't mess with their timber. If you like canoeing and kayaking, just 30 minutes up the road, just outside of Piedmont, you can rent a boat, a canoe, a kayak, and even a guide if you would like to, and do a little paddling on Terrapin Creek. Or if you like historical sites, Janney Furnace in Ohatchee is the site of a small battle that took place near the end of the Civil War. They actually have festivities and reenactments that go on there a couple of times a year during the spring and fall, and some things that go on during the summer. So it's a great place to take your family when the weather gets warm. The Ladaga Trail, which goes right through Jacksonville, is a huge attraction for cyclists and runners from all over the country, and it begins a few miles down in Weaver and goes all the way through to Cedartown, Georgia, where it connects with the Silver Comet Trail that eventually takes you to Atlanta. But if you need more fun farther out in the backwoods, there's plenty of opportunities for that too. In fact, if you're not having fun outdoors around Jacksonville, it's your own fault. Because just a few minutes east of here in the Talladega National Forest, there's over 35 miles of horse trails, 75 miles of hiking trails, and tons of opportunities for hunting, fishing, riding the back roads, camping, just anything you would possibly want to do, all on free public land. And if you're a deer hunter, like I am, you can go a couple minutes down the road from the Talladega National Forest, you'll be in the Choccolocca Management Area. And as long as you have a special license that you can buy at Walmart, you can be hunting some of the biggest, best deer in the state. Actually, I believe this year Choccolocca Management Area is ranked 13th in Alabama for some of the finest managed deer in the southeast. And after a long day, you can go to Mountain Street, drive all the way to the top of Chimney Peak,
where you can take in a beautiful view of Jacksonville as well as an awesome sunset. Sometimes you might have to share the parking lot with other folks, but it's still a great way to take in some beautiful scenery. If you're in the mood for shopping or maybe seeing a new movie, you need to make a 30-minute drive to Oxford, Alabama. With a mall and a recently built shopping district called the Oxford Exchange, Oxford boasts a wide variety of shopping choices from Dick's Sporting Goods to Bed Bath & Beyond and everything in between. It also boasts a wide variety of food choices as well. When it comes to where you go to eat in Jacksonville, you have pretty much two choices, chicken or fast food. There are a couple of sit-down places that are pretty good too. Cooter Brown's knows how to smoke a finger-licking rack of ribs. One of my personal favorites is their appetizer, the loaded baked potatoes. I don't know about you, but I love some hickory smoked barbecue. And the only time I'll eat a salad is when it's a barbecue salad from the Rocket. And Cecil's Place, with an old-fashioned burger joint feel, has some good classic burgers, and they really know how to make an awesome peanut butter milkshake. Both Cecil's Place and the Rocket were started by the Marvitt family and remain family-owned and operated to this day. I talked with an older couple who's friends of our family, and they've lived here in Jacksonville for over 40 years. They said Jacksonville's changed a lot since they first moved here, especially in size. They said when they got here over 40 years ago, there were a lot fewer people, only about half as many people actually, and very few places to eat, and only one fast food place. They also said that there was a lot less activity surrounding the campus, as well as fewer students. So that's Jacksonville. It's not one of the biggest towns out there, even if it is a college town. But once you get used to it, you can find plenty of things to entertain you. I've taken you through some of the possible activities, most of which involve being outdoors. And I've given you some more food options other than just chicken and pizza. So now, what you do in Jacksonville is up to you. And hopefully, you have more of a knowledge of Jacksonville than you did before. Thanks for watching.